The man accused of 4 separate stabbings on 16th Street Mall is back behind bars this morning after spending most of the last 2 years locked up.
We are learning more about his history this morning. 90's reporter Lawrence Graffiti is live at 6th Street in Tremont, where the first stabbing happened Saturday, to break down some new information. Lauren?
Yeah, Jordan, the other 3 stabbings happened within a mile of here, is where the 16th Street Mall intersects with Lawrence, California, and Wine Coupe. DPD says Elijah Caudill, the man that they accuse of stabbing 4 people in separate attacks on the 16th Street Mall this weekend, was not on their radar. Police say they did not know where he was between those stabbings, and they also don't know where he's been since he was released from jail in November. He spent most of the last 2 years in jail on different charges. Caudill once pleaded guilty to confronting a man with a knife in Westminster. Records show he was released from jail, most recently with the assistance of the Colorado Bridges program. It helps mentally ill inmates. DPD says it's not often they see something like this.
I think we have not seen random acts of violence like this in our city center for as long as we can remember. And so that means we are both heartbroken for the folks who are suffering, and we also are deeply committed to the public knowing that this individual has been detained, is in custody.
DPD says there is no acceptable amount of crime, but they laid out some numbers from the last year in downtown. They say that shootings were down 23%, drug-related offenses were down 55%. Coming up in the next hour, we'll explain why this man was not on DPD's radar. Live in Denver, Lawrence Graffiti, 9 News.
All right, Lauren, thank you.
Happening today, the Douglas County will hold a meeting to discuss a plan, to close some schools in the Highlands Ranch area. District leaders say that the specific schools up for closure won't be determined until April. Those schools would close going into the 2026-2027 school year. DCSD says 10 years ago, nearly 11,000 students attended elementary schools in Highlands Ranch. Now that number is down to 7,500, and they do expect that number to continue to decline through 2028.
A new report from the Department of Health and Human Services shows inspectors observed a number of violations at a Taylor Farms facility in Colorado Springs. This comes after the E. coli outbreak at McDonald's that was linked to slivered onions last fall. The CDC reported 1 death in Mesa County and 34 hospitalizations in a total of 104 cases across 14 states. Inspectors say the facility did not have proper sanitation control monitoring, corrective action, and verification records.
New data from the CDC is showing flu activity is still high in the U.S. and is expected to stay that way for several weeks. CDC data shows both flu-related hospitalizations and deaths increased in the week ending January 4th. There were some indications of a slight decrease compared to the previous week. However, the CDC says it was more likely due to coming out of the holidays and people may not have sought care.
Norovirus is spreading across the U.S. Most household cleaners and even many hand sanitizers don't kill it. In fact, it can survive on surfaces for days. Companies do make products that kill norovirus, but you have to check the label to see if it's included. Or you can make your own by mixing bleach with water. You can also try a disinfectant that contains hydrogen peroxide instead. Norovirus can also survive temperatures up to 145 degrees. So if you're disinfecting carpet, experts recommend steam cleaning for 5 minutes at 175 degrees and doing the same for your laundry. Most importantly, always wash your hands with soap and water.
It is now 7:08 on your Tuesday morning. Let's give you a live look inside Ball Arena. Right now, crews are getting set up for the Avalanche game tonight. This morning, Altitude Sports is helping us get ready for a puck drop.